Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, we're going to do a little bit more yard work in the front. You may recall earlier this spring I replanted all of the front area by the by the porch, and I made the decision this time to put annuals instead of perennials in there, just because, I thought it would give the area a little bit of color. And I knew at the time that some of the plants, would run for a little while and then they'd kind of burn out. And I've got a couple things in the front yard now that have kind of run their course, I think. It's either that or maybe they just weren't that compatible for the area that I put them. So I'm going to go get some new plants and put them in today. There was also one area that was in full shade under the porch that I didn't put anything in, and today we're going to go put something in that area too. Oh, and I kind of stepped in it a couple of videos back where I put some footage on camera of me looking for Flash, and I never actually did find her. And a lot of people were very, very concerned that Flash got lost. The truth is, there's just so many places that she can hide here, and I don't always necessarily find her. But she is okay. She just had hidden someplace, and I never did figure out exactly where it is, but that's fine. She can sleep wherever she wants. So just wanted to kind of alleviate everyone's concerns here. Flash is fine. And I continue to be amazed how tame the squirrels are getting. They're a lot less concerned of me being here now. I don't know, maybe they've just learned that I'm not going to really ever be a problem for them. It doesn't hurt that I put food out for them. So this is one of the little plants that it isn't doing very well out here. And like I said, it may have just run its course. This is the only one that seems to be doing anything right now. These are starting to fade a little bit. These were kind of cool, but they aren't doing very well right now. So like I said, maybe they're just fading. This is just maybe part of their life cycle, or maybe they aren't a perfect match for this area. The rest of the stuff is alive and green and still producing flowers on some levels. So I'm going to let it continue to be here. If some of this stuff bounces back year after year, as long as it's alive, I'm willing to let it be here. This had the big, beautiful yellow flowers, but it's kind of faded now. But who knows? The plant is still alive, and maybe we'll get some more flowers later in the season from that. These things, for the most part, are doing all right, although that one seems a little bit shaky. These things are doing all right, and they're definitely doing well. The holly is doing good. Ironic, this is a couple of annuals I planted in this pot a couple years ago, and they're still doing all right. This thing's still alive, this thing's still alive, that thing's still alive. But this is the area back here that I didn't plant anything in last time that I want to do this time, and that's this area back here. This is back here right next to the house, and this is an area that gets like zero sunlight, and so you can even see we're getting little toadstools growing in here. So yeah, that just kind of shows, because these things toadstools like this and mushrooms and fungi like this don't do well in direct sunlight, and so it may, look at this, there's just a big patch of it here. So I want to get something into this area. I think maybe 2 or 3 decent sized plants that are going to do well in a full shade environment. I'm sure the nursery will be able to help me figure out what that is. So that's what the goal is. Now, I got my AdSense check today from YouTube. So that's basically the money I get from the ads that you watch when you watch my channel. So I'm going to use that to do that. So in reality, this video today is being funded by you. So thank you so much for watching my channel, and let's get going. Alright, I'm back from the nursery. I kind of asked them what they recommended, and they said, well, basically everything that we have inside the little greenhouse here is going to do well in either low light or no light. And so I kind of thought these kind of look like they would look really cool in the area. They kind of fill in the area. And I also got this for kind of the area that's going to get no sunlight. And so I'll probably put these in sort of a triangular position, and this in the middle. And this thing's supposed to get big, maybe 4 to 6 feet tall. They call it an accent plant. So I thought, okay, that'll look kind of cool. And they said it would do well in the low light. in the basically full shade environment. So I also got a couple of varieties of hibiscus. I got these kind of ones with the peach color flowers, and then the ones with the yellow, and I think they're going to do well in the front area. And then we're going to kind of fill in the area with these, surround the area with these too, so they'll be kind of interspersed with these. So hopefully it's going to put a lot of color on the front, and that's sort of what I'm looking for. Alright, so the first part of planning is always kind of trying to figure out where you want to put things and where you want them kind of placed around. So that's what I've done here. This is sort of what I'm thinking of. So like I said, this area back here, which isn't going to get much, if any, sunlight, will be surrounded by these things, and then we'll have that thing in the middle, and that thing will get hopefully really big and look nice in the area, fill the whole area. And then with the hibiscus, I staggered them, the peach yellow, and I'm going to put these things here in the front. Like I said, I'm kind of a person that if it isn't dead, I don't pull it out. So some of these things are still alive, kind of holding on a little bit. I'll probably just, leave them there, and we'll kind of see what happens. But for the most part, everything in this area is gone. I think this is the only one that's actually still alive in any way, and it doesn't look like it's doing well. So those will probably all get pulled out. So that's sort of what we're looking at right now. I think that's going to look really nice out here. It'll fill in this whole front area really well. Alright, a little time has gone by, and we got everything in the ground. Everything looks pretty good. I think it's going to look real nice back here. Hopefully these will all grow in and do well in this area. Like I said, they all should do fairly well because they're all kind of geared for the area where they are. I'm looking forward to seeing if these look real nice. These things here are adding a little bit of color, and that looks good. Now that fourth one there got pummeled a little bit on the trip home, and so I don't know, I put that kind of in the back. We'll hope it does all right and bounces back. That part of the plant is fine, but there were like 3 long branches, and they all broke off somewhere along the way. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on them. But what usually goes next now is we're going to give these things a good drink. And since my rain barrel in the backyard is nice and filled up, we're going to use some of that water. This little watering can holds about 2 gallons of water. So I think I'm going to give each plant a 2-gallon drink here. I'll end up running back and forth between the front and the backyard a few times, but that's okay. Alright, 1 down, 11 to go. Alright, I think we're done here. Everything got a good drink, and everything should hopefully be off to a good start now. So I'll let you know what happens in the future on this, and at this point, let's move onward and upward and see what we're going to do next. Now that I got that done, I got one more little task I want to complete today, and that is I need to go over to the pool place and get some more shock chemical. We're to the point now where I've pretty much gained control of the pool. The water's nice and clear. It's just the maintenance right now, getting a little bit of the leaf waste, and the robot seems to be doing a good job with that. So it's just a matter of maintaining it now. But I'm going to run over and get some more shock chemical because I used the last of mine yesterday, and I want to have more here because that's part of maintaining the pool. And while I'm going over there, I might as well bring a sample of the water over and have them evaluate it and tell me if I need to make any further adjustments. Okay, I'm back from the pool place. I got some new shock chemical. Actually, this is something new. Turbo shock. I'm actually gonna have to read up a little bit and figure out how I use this, because this apparently isn't the regular stuff. Now, I've been going over to the Belmead pool place because they're the ones that installed the pool, and they're the ones that kind of know everything about what I have. So it kind of makes sense for me to deal with them, a little bit more frequently than the big chain Leslie's that I sometimes go to. And I mean, it's not a bad thing to be supporting a local business either, right? And while I was at the pool place, as you know, I had him check the chemistry of the pool. And unfortunately, the numbers didn't come out very good because I shocked the pool last night. And apparently, that kind of knocks all of the individual chemistry levels out of whack. So, you know, my chlorine level is really, really high. Total chlorine's really high. Alkalinity and hardness are low. Cyanuric acid, I don't know what that is, but apparently that's high. And the phosphates are high. But like I said, they weren't terribly concerned about my chemistry being all out of whack because I shocked the pool last night. They said basically, don't shock it now for another week or 10 days and then bring in a sample again and we'll look again. But they were encouraged the fact that the water was nice and clear and that the pool seems to be in pretty good shape. So we'll play with this a little bit more and see what happens in the next week or so. So I think that is all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.